Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 26 of the peer-to-peer network. We are going to debug in this episode the code to save a post via the open storage and to retrieve the code from the open storage. So let's get right to the code. So this is exactly the place where we left at the previous episode. Um, we are about to save a post. Okay, so let's continue. We have two containers where we are going to save our post. And here we go. So we have a timestamp. We have a file that is a post text plus the timestamp. We need a timestamp inside in order that for the hash to be changing even if the post has the same text than other posts. So file content is going to be this. Generate a random password. Encrypt the file content, and there we crash. Probably because we don't have some dependency. Cannot be properly undefined random bytes. Okay, so crypto is not a dependency in our case. So we need the desktop app the same stuff that we already have at the task server, that is crypto. So desktop root, we need crypto. Okay, so we go back here, close this stuff, and debug again. Let's make sure we don't have anything uncommitted. First post via open storage. Okay, so here we go. Let's go inside. So everything is cool until here. So we encrypt. The file name is a hash. Oops, we don't have a dependency. Web3 is not. Okay, so Web3, where were we looking at this? So we'll look for an example. Okay. Okay, let's go again. I don't expect any difficulty in all the debugging session, but who knows? Um, so I'm just going to save this. And so file name is going to be this string, file path going to be this stuff, file ID. I think in the end we didn't use this ID, so we're probably going to remove it because it's some information that we don't actually need. So we start with this in 0. So we have two containers. Boom, boom, boom. The storage type is GitHub stuff. So we can have on file save or on file not save or all file saves. Okay, so we're just going to run this. Okay. 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 Mhm. So what's the error? Reading API token. Storage container config. Okay, so I'm going to check my API storage. Where is this? My secrets API storage file. Okay, so you need to have this file that today is not created automatically. It's a file that has an array of records where you have to put the code name of each of your storage containers. So if you have a storage container with, for instance, your trading signals, you need to copy this until we generate this automatically. Put it here, okay, and put there the API token at GitHub. I don't have any created now, so I will create one. GitHub token. So generate a new token. I'm going to put Beralgos, and I check this and this. Generate token. Here is the token, and we're going to put it here. but I will need for each storage container the same stuff. Okay, so later I come here, then I'm going to revoke or delete this token, but in the meantime we're going to use it for this test. So I will need this guy, and this guy. So for each container, we're going to have the API token that we need to authenticate ourselves to access that. That's the purpose of this file. Okay. So now, once we have that, we will be able to so here we will divide this into const secret going to be this part, and from the secret we are going to extract this, but at the same time, instead of this exploding like this, we're going to say if secret equals undefined, and we're going to say console log, because otherwise people will not know that that is missing. Warning, you need the API's secret file a record for the code name equal to this. So it's going to give a good hint. So I guess that we can reject this promise and return. Okay. And otherwise we get the secret there. Okay, so we try it again. For loading the stuff, we don't need to authenticate ourselves because we load it from the public API. Okay, so let's go. Post to be saved. Okay, so this runs. We let it run, and we will get the token, which is good. Then all this will run on file save. Beautiful, we got a successful file save it. File ID, File name, password, storage container ID, blah blah blah, timestamp. Okay, so we are going to add it to this array. Add one to this. This is equal to 2. No, so we will continue. And we will save another file. Success. Then it comes into here. So did we save any file? Yes, we saved 2. So the file name is this. The post hash is going to be ID of the post. The post text is this guy. We're going to remove it from the message. It's not going to the peer-to-peer network. The file keys array is going to be in there. We are going to do an OK response post saved. Okay, so all good in here. And this will come into here, which will eventually send this to the peer-to-peer network. And if nothing fails, okay, we are at the network now. We already receive. The event receive is this guy. We got the files keys that we are going to store it together with the event. Remember, this post was saved at 2 different places at the same time for resilience. And just let it run. Just let it run. So this, delete this here, that means that it worked. Okay, so if we check on my repositories, we should have, let's check it just to see. This is the day. Today is 14. Events JSON. Okay, remember that this is not what we are looking for. We are looking for sorry, we are looking for my social trading data. That is going to have a user post. Okay, maybe I should be writing inside this user post folder. We have a file, raw. Okay, this is the encrypted content, nothing to see here. And if we go to the other repository, that is the backup, we have this in here. Also some encrypted information that absolutely nobody can tell what is going on. Okay, so here we are. Now what I'm going to do is that, okay, so we can say that we saved a post successfully. Save it here, open storage. Okay. So the next thing we would like to happen is in here, the post we know is working. There is a small detail that we would like to save this. The file path should say user profile, should include user profile. Okay, we are going to not user profile, but user posts. Posts directly. Why user? Okay, so we are going to debug now the web app interface at the place where we retrieve this stuff. That means here. We're going to have a lot of events probably, but few of them are going to be the ones we need. So let's refresh this. Okay, we have 8 events. The first one is the one that have the 2 keys, as you can see. So the first one is the one that we care about. So we get into here. So we got 2 keys, okay? So we will try with the first one. File name, file path, the password, the storage container. We got the guy. So we're going to execute this, and it can be on file loaded, on file not loaded. Okay. And so far we are trying with one of the files. So execute. File data is there. The file content is this. And the response is file content dot post text. It was the right thing. Okay, we are writing something strange here, but anyway, this is going to resolve. I forgot to put a return also, so it's going to load it again. No, seems that the resolve cuts everything. Maybe no need to worry about that. There are no more file keys, so let's run all this. And here we have. So we're almost there. We're retrieving the information, decrypting it, and all blah blah blah. So what we need to figure out is why we recorded this, the timestamp plus the content. So when we are doing the web app interface, save, okay, save event message. This post text, it seems that the post text is not exactly what we expected, but it has a timestamp inside. Why has a timestamp? Because we were going to hash it, and as we are going to hash it, then you require to have the uh, timestamp. But this is a problem at the web app application. We're not going to require that anymore. So the web app, let's load that. That should be a desktop web app. Timestamp or post text. Post text. It's strange because here is the text area value, and here we're getting post text, and we are putting that into the message just like that. So I don't understand where this is coming from. Let's make another test. Okay, we are checking that file content has not been set yet. That's how it is ignoring the stuff. Okay. So post this. Okay, so yeah, I understand. So this is the file content, but the problem is when we are retrieving this, we need a post text from there. No, the content. To give the same name at the other place. So now we get only the content, and this should work well. So let's run this again. Okay, still something is not well carried on here. Well, it's getting a little bit longer than expected, but here we are. Um, the problem is that this is a string, so we need JSON parse. Okay, so we remove in that way the timestamp. Okay, now we did it. Okay, so now it's working. The thing that I would like to do is to add a small to add a new folder to the file path. So we are at, where are we? We don't need you here. So file path is going to be we will add this so that user can reuse the same repository for multiple stuff, but everything related to posts, we will have it at this place. And when we save, we are also going to add to the file path posts. And so now we are going to remove all the breakpoints, load again. The first post will not be reachable anymore because of this new addition. Okay, so it's automatically discarded. But if we write a new post, this is a really good post. Then we can send this. Okay, it was accepted. And if we refresh, this is a really good post. It was loaded. Perfect. So now we have the loading of posts finishing. Okay, so we finish the upgrade. We finish the full upgrade. So the notes that I had that use the Open Story project to store social trading data is done. We can see it at our repositories. That is, we check this out, and I always confusing this one. My social trading backup, we have posts, blah blah blah, with the latest post that is just this encrypted information that nobody can see. Okay, so in terms of what we did, debug that the pod is saved and retrieved from object storage. Yes, we did it. So the next thing I have is reorganize web app interface. But before that, and before I forget of all the changes we've made during the last few episodes, I would like to make some more detailed tests. One of them is stopping both the network and the desktop and running this again, because we made changes here that we didn't test. So this is still running, and the desktop is running, but the post is not appearing, so something is not good. Okay, that's why you need to test. So we have these guys, but we don't have the event that was working before. Why? Well, the network node is not using the open storage to store its history. Um, so that means that the history is somewhere here at my network node data. So these nodes, node 1, 2022, 14. This is the last record. Events. And this event looks like it's missing the file key. So it seems that the program that is recording this is not adding all the properties. So we should check at the network, more precisely at the social trading. No, the social trading here. Where is the network? No, or who is the one recording this? Storage here. Save events at storage. Blah, blah, blah. Files. File keys should be saving file keys. But most likely that's the problem. If you're not saving this. Okay, another thing that we said that we don't need was the file ID. That was a concept that we inherit, but that it was not really needed to generate the file ID. So we're just going to remove it. Remove it and remove it. Okay. So we are going to do this test again. We run this. We write the desktop, run the desktop. Now we got one of these guys. This is going to be the first post. We make the post. Everything good, and it's saved. Okay. We will wait for 1 minute until we don't need to wait because it doesn't matter if it is uploaded to GitHub or not. We're just going to stop this and to stop this and to run this again and to run this again. Okay. So I'm not sure if this already loaded or what. Okay, yeah, we did have to wait because it takes 1 minute to save the stuff, not to save it on GitHub, but also to save it on disk. It doesn't do it every minute. So this is going to be the first post. Yeah, so we need 1 minute to be 100% sure that this is going to work. In the meantime, I probably delete the SuperAlgos platform tab. So I'm going to reconnect localhost. And we're going to load the getting started tutorial because we may change it several places. And to be honest, we should restart the whole platform. But anyways, well, the tasks are running well. All of this seems to be running well. Okay, this is working. So while this runs, I'm going to stop the network, stop the desktop, run the network, because my guess is that, yeah, we have a new record here and it has the file keys of where to locate. of where to locate the posts. Okay, and because it has that, when I run the network and when I run the desktop, it's going to find the stuff. Okay, so this test worked well, and this seems to have worked too. No, I didn't see the results. Okay, so I would say that we finish. I'm just going to revoke my tokens. GitHub token. And pretty much that's it. So let's recap. At this point, we have upgraded the social graph service, or in general the social trading project, to use the open storage mechanism that we invented before for trading signals. Now it's much more powerful. It doesn't need you to have a local repository or clone. You just need to have a remote storage that initially is a GitHub repo under any account, as long as you put the token how to access it. And yeah, it's super cool because you might have multiple storage containers to store your social trading data. And that means that nobody can censor you anymore, because you may have different repositories at GitHub or somewhere else with information that is encrypted. And whoever is reading your post needs to locate one of the files, and that's enough. And everything is done. Really, really powerful. Okay, so what is coming next? I will reorganize this web app interface to have some better structure, because this is like the local, it's like the social graph service, network service, but running locally, like client of the social graph. And it's not just a web app interface anymore. So we're going to be cleaning the social persona and social trading bot. That's in my list, making sure that the user profile is not mixed with the user's social profile. This is already done. Clean the relationship between social persona and bots from the social graph. We still don't need this, because in this current version we are not talking about bots, so I'm going to move it at the end of the list. Then we have broadcast to clients should take into account not only the WebSocket connected, but also if they are not, no, they are. Okay, this is where we diverge like 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes ago. We were doing this on, in fact, broadcast to clients that should take into account. We also created a module for that. That when you have an event, you want to be broadcasted only to the WebSocket clients that are related to the entity that produced that event. Okay, so this is a thing for one episode itself to solve that problem. And so we have another episode that are going to be reorganizing the web app interface and cleaning a little bit this stuff so that um, cleaning the social persona, social trade. Well, that somehow we did it. I'm not sure that if there is something else to do there, but the next episode I will do it about reorganizing the web app interface as a client of the social graph network service, and an upcoming episode after that will be about making sure that we are distributing the events only to the people who are following the entity that produced the event. Okay. Okay, and the similar stuff then we will need to do once we have that for signals. Okay, so first we will do it for events, and then we are going to do it for signals. Then we will do the sending the signals to other network nodes that we know that is missing. Then there is some authentication stuff that we need events. We need events to be signed by the social entity that are sending them, so that we can authenticate it at not only at the level of the application who is connected, but also at the level of who is sending it, because otherwise we will have problem with the events not uh, not knowing how if there was a man in the middle case. So that's another whole episode stuff. Checked social handles are unique at the bot merging PRs. Okay. Check bot initialize for bot asset. I don't know what is this node I took. Check bot initialize. Okay, I don't really understand what I mean here. Desktop is crashing when network node is stopped. That is not really true. I haven't seen that happening lately, but we can check it out. Okay, so I'm quite clear about the 3, 4 following episodes. There is also the need to create the install storage container script to facilitate this stuff. And at trading signals, we can also do the programming of sending an array of file keys and not only one file key to make it more resilient. Today I don't know, we are sending one file key and it's not very clear how that's working. Okay, so it's interesting. We have huge amount of stuff yet, but it seems that the network part is getting more and more complete, and at some point there will be no more further changes to be made. I estimate like at least 5 episodes, 6, 7 maybe, to exhaust this list and to finish a second iteration of this stuff. Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you for watching and see you at the next one.